Hi, boys and girls. This is Unit 12, Week 2, Day 1. And today we have dictation with dry erase. So you know how it works. If you have a marker board at home that you can use, feel free to use it. If you have access to a printer and not a marker board, you can print this paper. Otherwise, just get any paper, pencil, marker, and follow along. I'm going to guide you each step of the way, but if you need to pause this video at any point in time, feel free to do so. So this time using dictation, we are going to utilize these little boxes up at the top. And as I explained during the last video, these boxes are our syllable frames. So when we work with words that have more than one syllable, multisyllabic words, then we can tap out or we can write the words and break them up using the boxes. Now, if you don't have a marker board and you can't draw the boxes, you can do that on the paper. Or another fun way is to use Post-its, and you can use the Post-its to tap out the different sounds. So let's begin. We are going to begin with 3 different sounds. The first sound, be my echo. A, A. What says A? A, consonant E says A. We know that whenever we have a word that has an A followed by a consonant ending with that silent E, then the letter A says A. What says J? J. Letter J makes the J sound. And finally, for sounds, be my echo. Ung, ung. What says ung? U-N-G, ung. Now we will move on to words. Okay, so I'm going to use these boxes right here. First, be my echo. The word is dislike. Dislike. Now, what we're going to do, we are going to tap each box. Dislike. Do you hear the division between the sounds? Do you hear how those syllables divide? Dislike. Now let's focus on the first syllable, dis. You could tap it out if you needed to. D, I. And now like. L, I. Now I know an E goes at the end, a silent E, because the I is saying I. So that is the spelling of the word dislike. Now I'm going to write it again. And I can mark it up. So when we mark, this is why I like to scoop, because then you can scoop each phrase. Each syllable, sorry. Dislike. So you can see the division right here. And now the first syllable, let's focus on just the first syllable. The I says I, so we know it's short. It gets a breathe. And then down below, we know it's closed because it's a vowel followed by a consonant. Second syllable, I, and then we have a consonant E. So the I is long. It gets a macron. Another way to remember is long equals line. Then down below, we put a vowel. We're putting a little dash where the consonant goes. And then the E, that silent E. And don't forget to cross out that E because we don't hear it. That is your markup for dislike. Okay, so our next word, you might echo. The word is athlete. Athlete. Let's go ahead and tap out the syllables. Athlete. What do you hear? The first syllable. A. Second syllable. Leet. L, E, T. And then we know a silent E at the end. That is the spelling for athlete. Now, let's write it again. Athlete. Going to mark it up. So I'm going to scoop those syllables and we divide it right where we did up top. Just like that. The A is short, gets a breathe, and then down below, it's closed. Over here, the E is long, gets a macron. The other E, let's cross it out. Vowel, consonant, E. There's your complete markup. Okay, the third word, be my echo. Word is inflate. Inflate. Now, tap out each syllable. Inflate. In, we all know how to spell in. Now, flate. Full A, T. And we know an E comes at the end. When we break it up, it makes it much easier to spell, doesn't it? Inflate. Write it again below. And let's mark it. Going to do 2 scoops. Inflate. The I is short, it gets a breathe. Down below, it's a closed syllable. Second syllable, the A is long, it gets that macron on the line. The E gets crossed out, and then we have a vowel, consonant, E. Okay, so all 3 of these words, their markups look very similar, don't they? We all have a closed syllable in the beginning, and then it has a vowel consonant, E. Now, let's practice with a review word. So review words, you should be able to spell them and mark them on your own. Now, in these words that we just did, I didn't mark up blends, I didn't mark up digraphs because that's not my focus, okay? But in this word, if you want to mark up any blends or if you see a digraph, you can do so. So the word is crisp, crisp. You can tap it out on your own if you need to. Write the word and then mark it up and check your markup with mine. Okay, boys and girls, C-R-I-S-P, crisp. Make sure that you scoop the word and you gave it a breathe because the I is short, closed syllable, and you could mark the blend, the C-R, they each get their own underline, and the S-P each get their own underline. That is the spelling of crisp. For the trick words, I want you to be my echo, and then we will trace the words on a surface with our fingertip, and then we will write the words. The first word, be my echo, month, month. Get ready for the trace. M-O-N-T-H. Okay, let's spell it again. Write it this time. M-O-N-T-H. Here we go again. The next word is people. Let's trace it. P-E-O-P-L-E. People. And let's write it. P-E-O-P-L-E. People. Okay, now we will move on to our sentence. So, I already have the frames up, as you can see. And your sentence is, I admire that little ring. I admire that little ring. Now watch, I am going to circle this frame right over here. And this is the frame for the word little. So we could look this word up on our word wall. I'm going to help you out. Little. L-I-T-T-L-E. Little. Now I know you don't have frames, but you could underline or if you have like a marker, you can make little lines where each word would go. That way you can make sure you have every word in place. And let's begin. I admire that little ring. And remember, the first frame goes up higher because it's a reminder to me that I need to use a capital letter. And just so happens that this sentence has the word I, and we know I is always capitalized. And then the little frame at the end, that's for my punctuation. And I'm telling you something, so I use the period. I admire that little ring. So we looked up our trick word, and then see this word over here, admire? The word admire, if you weren't sure how to spell it, you could have broken it up. And A, D, admire. If you work through each syllable, that makes it much easier. And I would say mire. And I knew that that wouldn't be right, right? Because it would say mer. And I need to say mire. So I need to put an E at the end. Admire. And ring is a review word. So you know that glued sound ing. That should be easier for you. Now let's scoop those phrases. I admire that little ring. 2 scoops for the phrases. Okay, boys and girls, excellent job following along with me today. I'm so proud of all the work that you did. Keep it up.